ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the wonderful children for our third session of Gita Wisdom Tales Sadguna module. In this series of 10 classes, we are discussing about various virtues that Krishna wanted us to develop in the Bhagavad Gita. In the last two sessions, we have seen two virtues. First was determination. We learned a shloka from the second chapter, Vyavasayatmika Buddhir Ekeha Kurunandana. The second quality that we learned was spiritual vision or equal vision. To be able to acknowledge the spiritual equality amongst all living beings despite their material, external, superficial differences on a bodily plane. We learned that lesson or virtue through fifth chapter shloka, which is Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastani, which all of you have so nicely recited just before the class. Today we will learn a shloka from the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This shloka has so many qualities. We will learn the meanings of all of them, but we will focus on only one quality. Let's recite this first. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitrah karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankarah samadukha sukha kshami. First line, Kaira, recite. Adveshta sarva bhutanam.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Again, three times.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Vihan. Maitrah karuna evacha.
Maitrah karuna evacha. Maitrah karuna evacha. Maitrah karuna evacha.
Gaurangi, third line. Nirmamo nirahankarah.
Nirmamo nirahankarah. Nirmamo nirahankarah. Nirmamo nirahankarah.
Chaitanya, last line. Samadukha sukha kshami.
Samadukha sukham shami. Samadukha sukham shami. Samadukha sukham shami.
Good. Now recite first half of the shloka with it. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitrah karuna evacha.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitriha karuna evacha.
You recite. First half of the shloka, 3 times you recite.
I should say the second two or the first two?
First two. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitrah karuna evacha.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karunamevacha. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karunamevacha. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karunamevacha. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Children, you don't have to say Dandavat Pranam, thank you, Hare Krishna. Just recite the shloka directly. That will save our time. Nirmamo nirahankarah sama dukha sukha kshami. Jahnavi, recite.
Nirmamo narahankara sama dukkha sukha shima.
Nirmamo nirahankarah sama dukha sukha kshami. Okay, Narayani, you recite. Nirmamo nirahankarah sama dukha sukha kshami.
निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Next, full shloka. I may not call your names. When I unmute you, you just recite. Simple. Full shloka.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Next.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Next.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Next.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Next.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Vrindavan.
एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी.
Now let's discuss the meaning of the shloka. Krishna talks about so many qualities in this one shloka. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Dvesha means envy, jealousy. Do you know what is envy? What do you mean by envy? Anyone knows here? You're all little children, you don't know what is envy mostly. But let me just understand from you. Kaira, what is the meaning of envy?
Envy means jealousy, hatred, like spying on that person and say he is doing that thing, I'll also do that, like envying.
Okay. So Krishna says, don't do that thing. Adveshta means don't envy. So we should not envy only human beings. Actually, we should not envy anybody. That's why Krishna says, Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Sarva means all, bhutana means living beings. Bhuta is not a ghost here. So bhuta word is also used to refer to human beings or living beings. Adveshta sarva bhutana means a devotee should not envy any living being. You should not be jealous of anybody. Not only your brother or sister or your friends or classmates, you should not be envious of any single living being. Even if it is an animal or a bird or an Indian or an American or your family member or your neighbor, you should not envy anybody. Right? Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Clear? That's the first quality Krishna speaks. Then second is Maitraha. Maitri means friendship. Maitraha means you should be friendly towards all living beings. Instead of hating them or envying them or jealous about them, please be friendly towards them. That's the second quality. Then third is Karuna Evacha. Karuna means kindness or compassion. Be compassionate, be kind, be empathetic, be sympathetic, extend a helping hand. So that's the third quality. Then fourth quality, Nirmama. Mama means mine, the conception of possessiveness. It is mine, it belongs to me. Okay, that is called mama. Nirmama means you should not have a sense of possessiveness. This is mine, you should not say. For example, this pen is mine. Okay, if I say that this pen is mine, is it wrong? If I carefully use it and if I protect it, if I keep it in a proper place without just throwing it here and there, is it possessiveness? What exactly do you mean by possessiveness? Can you please tell me? Who will define possessiveness? Sri Sanvi, you know what is possessiveness?
Yes, Prabhuji. Possessiveness means it is yours. You feel it is yours and you don't share it to anybody. You only use it.
That is possessiveness. So what is wrong in being possessive? Can anyone say?
If you be possessive, others will not share their things with you.
From your side. If we don't share our things with others, being possessive, they don't share their things with us. But Krishna is saying here, be friendly with everyone, share your resources, be kind towards everyone, be compassionate, and don't be selfish. So possessiveness includes selfishness. I will use it for my sake only. I will not share it with anyone else. Very good. Thank you, Sanvi. So possessiveness is that. This is the fourth quality. No possessiveness. Nirahankaraha. What is ahankar? Can anyone tell me what is ahankar? Chaitanya, what do you mean by ahankar?
Ahankara means anger.
Ahankar means anger. Okay. Any other definitions of ahankar? Abhiman?
Envy.
Okay. Envy is dvesha. Yes, Abhimanyu, what do you mean by ahankar?
To be proud.
Pride. Okay. Pride is actually a symptom of ahankar. Anyone else knows? Vaishnavi, you know what is ahankar?
Ego, Prabhuji.
Ego. Fine. Krishna says nirahankaraha. Don't have ego. Don't have false ego. This is the fifth quality here. So why Krishna is saying that we have to give up false ego? Why ego is bad? What do you mean by ego first? Tell me what is ego? Ananya, you know what is ego?
The ego is like the ignorance you have due to some reasons. It's like, for example, you have something that somebody else doesn't have to realize, oh, I have this one greater than he or she. That is called false ego.
That is false ego. Any other explanations? Deepti, you want to say something about ego?
Ego is the attitude that is developed when you are over pride, and Krishna says that you have to leave false ego because that can eventually lead to one's destruction.
Very good. So all of you are correct. Basically, ego means a sense of identity. I am this, I am that. I am a student of a big school, or I'm resident of a big city. I belong to a big family, or I'm a big businessman. I'm very successful sports person. So like that, you may have different identities and you start overly identifying yourself with the temporary designations. You feel very proud, arrogant, and look down upon others, disrespect others. That is false ego. Right? Actually, there is a true ego also. What is our true ego? We Bhutla Stotra. What is true ego? There is a false ego. We discussed about it. What's true ego? Okay, Vishakha, you can say. Is there something called true ego?
Yes, it means identifying oneself as a servant of Krishna, as part and parcel of Krishna, and looking at everyone else with that.
Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamsho Jiva Loke. All the jivas are my amshas. So being an amsha of Krishna is our real identity. That is called true ego. We are all children of God. We are all children of God. We are all servants of God. We are all lovers of God. That's our true identity and true ego. But in this way, we have multiple temporary identities. When we overly identify ourselves with those temporary identities, then we may become proud or envious. We may have a sense of superiority complex or inferiority complex. So that is called false ego. Krishna says, give up that false ego, nirahankaraha. Then, sixth quality, sama dukkha sukha. Sama means to have equanimity. Dukkha means distress, sukha means happiness. Krishna says, be equipoised in happiness and distress. Are happiness and distress same? Why Krishna is saying that see happiness and distress on an equal plane? Yesterday, Krishna said, whether it is cow or dog or a dog eater or a brahmana or a elephant, you should see all of them equally. That's what Krishna said yesterday, equal vision. Now Krishna is saying something else today. Sama dukkha sukha means you see happy situations and distressful situations equally. Whether it is happiness or distress, see them equally. Why Krishna is speaking so much about equality? How can we see happiness and distress equal? What's the logic behind that? Who hasn't spoken so far in today's session? Gopika, you can speak.
Prabhuji, Krishna says that we have to see happiness and distress both say equally only because happiness also comes and goes away and distress also comes and goes away.
Excellent answer. Happiness is temporary, distress is also temporary. When You become successful when you get good grades in your exam. You are happy. You can celebrate it. You can rejoice a happy moment. There is nothing wrong in it. But you know what's the problem with overly getting attached to happiness? We may become very elated, overexcited, overconfident, proud, and arrogant because we become successful. Being happy is okay. But if that happiness turns into pride and overconfidence and arrogance, that is wrong. And distress. You may have to deal with distress. When there's a distressful moment, you have to do something. Say you have some leg pain, it's distressing. You have to deal with it. So you can put some ointment on the leg or take some medicine, tablet, injection, and deal with the distress. But don't become so depressed. Don't become so demotivated. Don't become so disheartened or dysfunctional, right? So we need to see happiness and distress on an equal plane because both are temporary. Nothing is permanent. So happiness is not permanent, distress is also not permanent. So why should we overly give importance to this happiness and distress, which are not permanent? Any other explanations? Why should we see happiness and distress on an equal plane? Shivansh, have something more to say?
Prabhuji, there's a shloka in the second chapter. It says that the seasons go away, the weather might change, so we have to keep on moving on in our life. We shouldn't be overwhelmed with happiness or distress.
Very good. Very excellent reference that you have quoted. Anyone knows the Sanskrit of that shloka that this boy quoted? Yes, Gaurangi knows.
Matra Sparshasta Kaunteya Shitoshna Shukadukada Agama Parino Nitya Stanti Diksha Subhata.
Krishna says there also, Agama apayino anityaha. Just like this, another little child said, Gopika said, happiness comes and goes away, distress also comes and goes away. That's what Krishna is saying. Agama apayino anitya. Agama means it comes. Apayino, it goes. Anitya, it's temporary. Tam stitikshasva bharata, therefore you tolerate. See them equally. Happiness and distress are equal in one sense. Then last quality that Krishna speaks about is Kshami, forgiving. You should learn the art of forgiveness. Why should we forgive? When somebody does a mistake, should you forgive or punish? What is the logic behind forgiving a person who has done some mistake? Yes, Rhea?
Yeah,
The reason why you should the reason why you should forgive is that either they have done it intentionally or by accident. But everybody is a soul of Krishna, so you should treat them nicely. You should not treat them bad.
Okay. Considering that everybody is a soul, child of God, you should forgive their mistakes. That's what Rhea says. Any other explanations? Why should we forgive others? What's the logic behind forgiveness? Who hasn't spoken? Darhas, speak.
Prabhuji, because when we try to forgive others, they see something in others. That's why.
Can you say that again, Darhas?
Prabhuji, that if we want to forgive, the another logic is this they see something good in the person.
Although they have committed a mistake, they have some good qualities. Seeing that good qualities, we need to forgive. Okay, good explanation. Tarangani, I want more answers.
Prabhuji, as everybody said, it's good. Like there are two ways. One, they might have done it intentionally. Other, they might have done it accidentally. Like when it's really serious, like a theft or something, then we have to give to the police, or else he'll keep doing the same mistake if we forgive him. But for small mistakes, then we have to forgive.
Varshika, thank you for that explanation, Tarangani.
Prabhuji, if we forgive anyone, we'll feel first of all very pleased and happy because we have forgiven that person. We'll have that kind of peace in ourselves and we'll not have enmity towards them.
When we forgive people, we feel very light. Like holding grudge or anger towards somebody is like carrying a big burden on the head. So when you release that big burden from your head, you feel very light, right? Similarly, if you release all the negativity or hatred or anger towards a wrongdoer, you feel light. You forgive for your own benefit. Okay. But if it is required to punish a person for the wrong activity that they have done, if it's very serious, you may have to punish also. You may have to complain also, as Tarangani said. So that you do, take proper action, appropriate action, but internally you should be forgiving. Okay, any more insights with it?
Prabhuji, we should forgive because the person who has hurt us, he has not hurt us. It's because of our own karmic reaction. So in some other time we have hurt him. That's why now because of karma he is hurting us. So that
Should also have an understanding that we will not face any suffering or troubles unnecessarily, randomly. So we are troubled by somebody means we must have troubled somebody in the past. In this context, we may be innocent, but somewhere 10 days back or 1 year back or 10 years back or in the past lifetime, we must have done something wrong. Therefore, we are facing the trouble through that person. Therefore, we should not hold any grudge towards that person. Okay, good logic. All your explanations are great. Now, I want something more from you. I am going back to the previous slide. Seeing this shloka, who will tell me the meaning of this entire shloka? Till now, in the last 20 minutes, we discussed the meaning of the shloka. In this shloka, Krishna speaks about 7 virtues that we need to cultivate. So, who will tell me the meaning of the shloka? Karthik, say that.
Prabhuji, we should not.
Background.
Huh?
You can speak, Prabhu. Speak.
We should not have any envy towards any living entity. We should be friendly and merciful, and we should not have the feeling of the possessiveness, nor should we be arrogant, and be equipoised in all moments of happiness or distress, and be forgiving.
Excellent and eloquent. Thank you. Very accurately you have given the meaning, Karthik. Can anyone try to correlate the Sanskrit of the shloka with the meanings and then say? So he gave a translation, but I want someone else to give the translation of the shloka along with Sanskrit, just correlating the meaning with the... Okay, who will try that? Anyone who hasn't spoken so far in today's session? Uttara, you want to try? You didn't speak today. Please speak.
Prabhu, what did you say, Prabhu?
Okay, who heard that? Okay, Vishaka, you can try.
So Dveshta means envy. So Adveshta means non-envious. Sarva Bhutanam is towards all living entities. Sarva and Bhutanam is living entities. Maitra is like Maitri, friendship. So Maitra, one should be friendly. Karuna, one should be kind or merciful. Nirmama, mama is the sense of possessiveness or false possessiveness. So not having that is nirmama. Nirahankara, ahankara is false ego. So not having false ego is nirahankara. And sama dukkha sukha is happiness, distress and happiness. And sama is equanimity towards happiness and distress. And shami means to be forgiven.
Excellent. Very good. Now that we have sufficiently meditated on the shloka, let's get into little more explanation of the shloka. Plus, we will also discuss a couple of stories. Basically, we need to cultivate all these good qualities like humility, forgiveness, satisfaction, non-envy, equanimity, respect, compassion, tolerance. Many such wonderful qualities Krishna speaks throughout Bhagavad Gita. In the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives a big list of good qualities, virtues, Sadguna. Guna means qualities, Sadguna means good qualities. They are virtues. So Krishna gives a big list of good qualities in the 2nd chapter. He gives another list of qualities in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He gives another list of qualities in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Even in the 16th chapter, he gives a big list of 26 qualities. Why Krishna, along with teaching philosophy, the science of soul and body, he's also teaching about modes. He's speaking about so many things. Apart from speaking about this entire philosophy, Krishna is also emphasizing on the importance of developing good qualities. You know why? The reason is that these good qualities are like fertile soil. So, for a seed to grow into a nice plant, we need to water the seed nicely. Fine? You need to pour water. And for the seed to grow, apart from watering, we should also have a fertile soil. Although the seed is potent, although you are regularly supplying water, if the soil is not fertile, then the plant will not grow. Similarly, we may get the seed of bhakti or inspiration to perform bhakti from a bona fide Vaishnava Guru. Guru or spiritual teacher will give us the inspiration to practice bhakti. Please practice bhakti, the Guru will say. And that is like seed. And when we are hearing about the Lord, when we are studying scriptures, when we are chanting the holy names of Krishna, it's like watering that seed. But just by regularly studying and doing Shravanam Kirtanam and just having a good spiritual master is not sufficient. We should also have fertile soil, and that fertile soil is this Vaishnava qualities. So we need to develop all these good qualities like humility, forgiveness. So in a heart which is filled with gratitude, forgiveness, humility, and compassion, the seed of bhakti will grow. Our love for Krishna will grow nicely. So for us to be able to love Krishna and serve Krishna and reach Krishna, we should have good qualities. Apart from doing our sadhana of chanting the holy names and studying scriptures and worshipping the deities and offering bhoga to the deities, all these are great. But apart from doing all these devotional activities, we should have devotional qualities also. Clear? That's the reason behind Krishna's repeated emphasis of these good qualities. Clear? Now, can someone read this statement? This is a statement which is a concise version of what I spoke so far. Jahnavi, read.
Yes, Prabhuji. In the heart that is fertile with the qualities of satisfaction, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness, and so on, the creeper of devotee grows luxuriantly.
Creeper of devotee, Bhakti Lata. Bhakti Lata will grow luxuriantly. Basically, our progress in bhakti is compared to the development of a creeper. What is our aim? Krishnamai, tell me, what's the aim in spiritual life? What's the goal of spiritual life? What is the goal of doing Shravanam, Kirtanam, and doing various services in the spiritual path?
Get closer to Lord Krishna.
Come closer to Krishna. And can you be a little more specific? Coming closer to Krishna means? You're right. You're 100% correct. But I want a little more explanation. Okay, Narayani will give.
Prabhuji, to reach our spiritual home.
To reach our spiritual home. Very good. Anything else? Anyone else? Venkat.
To attain liberation.
Okay. That is reaching spiritual home. Chaitanya. Chaitanya, speak. Okay, Gaurangi will speak. Gaurangi.
Oh, it is to get Krishna Bhakti.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Preman, developing love for Krishna or reaching Krishna, as all of you said, Krishna you said, many other children said. So that's our goal. But to attain that goal, we should just do devotional practices, and we should also cultivate these qualities of gratitude, forgiveness. Say you love Krishna so much, but you are not kind and compassionate to other devotees who are Krishna's children. So say you go to a mother or a father, or you go to some parents and respect them, treat them nicely, respectfully. But if you chastise and scold their children, will the parents be happy? Will the father be happy if the children are mistreated? No, right? Similarly, the Supreme Father Krishna will not be happy if he mistreat or disrespect other children of Krishna. All of us are children of Krishna. So apart from loving Krishna, developing devotion to the Supreme Lord, we should also learn to love each other. We should be kind and compassionate towards each other. We should be grateful and sympathetic and empathetic towards each other. So our devotional advancement does not depend on how committed and regular are we in our sadhana, but it also depends on how we are dealing with other devotee friends. We should have loving devotional relationships, spiritual relationships. How do we cultivate relationships, spiritual relationships? By developing all these qualities: kindness, compassion, not envying anybody. And another devotee is flourishing and learning shlokas very nicely, or answering questions in the class, or reciting the shloka very well, are speaking the meaning of the shloka very well, what should you do? Yes, I will unmute somebody. Okay, Poshika, say, if Vidit Ganotra speaks the shlokas very well and gives answers to questions very well, so what should be your attitude towards the other child?
We should appreciate them, Prabhuji.
Appreciate them, not envy them. Generally, in the materialistic societies, when others are better than us, then we may tend to envy them, pull them down, speak some sarcastic remarks. So we should appreciate instead of, okay. So say somebody is not doing well. Someone is not reciting shlokas well, or they are not very mature like you or experienced like you. Looking at them, what should be your attitude towards them? Now we are not unable to hear you. Okay, Vidit will say now. Vidit, when you see someone who is not as great as you,
Prabhuji, first of all, we should appreciate them that even they are trying. And second of all, like if we don't have the authority, then we should take them and approach a senior who will guide them.
so if you have the ability to guide them, try to guide, try to help them, extend a helping hand, be compassionate, be kind. But if you don't have the ability, you can always tell a senior elder to guide them. But we should not hate them, we should not suppress them or oppress them or discourage them or disrespect them or think that you are better than them, right? So we should not have pride when you see people who are less qualified than you or less talented than you, and you should not have envy when you see people who are more qualified than you, more talented than you. So you should always be friendly with everybody. That's what Krishna is saying. So we need to develop devotion towards Krishna. Along with that, we need to develop these good qualities. Krishna's love is available to everybody, but he trusts only some people who possesses these good qualities. You got it? Krishna loves everyone because father loves every child, but father may not trust an immature child. For example, there's a 12-year-old child and a 5-year-old child. So when you go outside, say you are going to an airport, you need to check in the luggage. So you kept the luggage on a trolley. So father will allow the 12-year-old child to push the trolley, or will ask the 5-year-old child to push the trolley. The older one, right? So father loves both the children, but father trusts the older child that he will be able to do it because he has the capacity, he has experience. So similarly, that's a simple example. But in devotional circles, when Krishna sees good qualities and good virtues in all of us, he trusts us more. While Krishna may not trust us for a important service when we don't have good qualities, but love is there for everybody. So with this, we'll conclude with this one last statement, then we'll go into stories. Can someone read the statements? Very important statements. Deepti, read. Read it loudly.
Makes head clear, freeing it from misconceptions and doubts. Bhakti makes our heart pure, freeing it from evil propensities. Thus we can reach Krishna.
Okay, thank you very much. Bhakti makes our head clear, freeing it from misconceptions and doubts. What does it mean? We may have a lot of doubts in philosophy. We may have a lot of confusions in understanding the process of bhakti. But by practicing bhakti, all the doubts will be clear. And bhakti makes our heart pure by freeing it from all evil desires, evil qualities like envy, pride, greed, etc. So once you practice bhakti, your head becomes clear, your heart becomes pure. Then you can reach Krishna. So for that, we need to develop these good qualities. Now let's discuss some stories. Once there was a great king named Dilipa. This king is from the Raghu dynasty. Raghu dynasty means the dynasty in which Lord Ramachandra appeared. And this Dilipa is an ancestor of Lord Ramachandra also. He appeared even before Ram. Once this Dilipa visited the king of heaven. His name is Indra, as all of you know. So after visiting Indra on his way back to his kingdom, this Dilipa saw a cow, Kamadhenu cow. So he saw the cow, and Dilip was in a hurry. He did not even notice the cow. Actually, he was passing by, and the Kamadhenu cow was there, but he did not greet the cow or notice the cow also. And the cow became very offended. Hey, Dilipa, such a great king, although I'm Kamadhenu cow, he is not noticing me. He's not acknowledging my presence. So she cursed Dilipa that he would not get a son without serving a cow, because he is not respecting a cow or ignoring a cow. So he will not get a son without serving a cow. Then in this way, some years passed. Because of the curse of Kamadhenu, Dilipa did not get a child. Then he approached his guru and asked, why am I not getting children? Why there is no child? Then the guru meditated for a while, and he said that Kamadhenu cursed you. Few years back, you ignored Kamadhenu. You did not offer obeisances to Kamadhenu. So she became little upset and cursed you. But now I am giving you another cow named Nandini. So you should faithfully serve her so that you will get children. Then Dilipa started serving this Nandini cow very carefully, with great devotion. He was serving. Then he would take the cow personally into the forest, just like Krishna takes all the cows and the calves into the forest along with the cowhead boys, right? Like that, Nandini cow is also taken by Dilipa into the forest. He would allow her to wander wherever she wants, and Dilipa would also protect Nandini cow from all the ferocious animals. So like that, Dilip is serving Nandini cow with great care. One day, Dilip and Nandini, they went to a very scenic place in the forest. It's very beautiful, filled with trees and attractive plants and flowers. Then the king was a bit attracted with the beauty of the forest, the garden, and he started admiring it. He sat there. After some time, he realized that Nandini was lost. Nandini just wandered deep into the forest and he could not keep track of where Nandini is. So he realized that, my God, I got absorbed in appreciating the beauty of this forest, and now I cannot locate Nandini. She went somewhere. He started searching everywhere in the forest. Where is Nandini? Where is Nandini? At the top of his voice, he's just shouting, where is Nandini? Where is Nandini? And suddenly, Dileepa saw something which is extremely shocking. He saw Nandini. Then why was he shocked? He should feel happy when he saw Nandini, but he was shocked instead of feeling happy, because right in front of Nandini there was a ferocious lion about to kill Nandini, about to kill the cow. Then immediately Dilip came in between and he said, please don't kill Nandini. She is my dear cow, I'm serving her. The lion said, my name is Kumbhodara. Lion also had a name. Lions also speak in those days. My name is Kumbhodara. Lord Shiva has given me a special boon and responsibility to protect this area. Anyone who enters this area, this forest, will become my meal. I will devour such a person. You know that story of Hanumanji? Something similar. Hanumanji was jumping across the Lanka ocean, and there was a ferocious, Rakshasi looking lady just came out of the ocean and said, Brahma has given me a boon. And whoever passes by this area should become my meal. You know who is that name? Who is that lady? You know the name of that lady, Vihan?
So, Prabhuji, like she's the mother of the serpents, right? Prabhuji.
You're right. What's her name?
Yeah, Surasa.
Surasa. Surasa is her name. So she got a book. Whoever comes in front of her should become her meal. Now here is lion. He said that whoever enters this forest should become my meal. So I'm going to kill this cow. Then Dileepa said, please don't kill the cow. Instead, you can kill me and you eat me. I will satisfy your hunger. The lion said, you are a king. You are supposed to enjoy the kingdom. And why are you giving up your life for a cow? Cow I can kill, I can eat. But many citizens are dependent on you. You should protect your kingdom. Then Dilip said, no. protecting Nandini is more important for me than protecting my own life. I must serve her. You should not kill this innocent creature. Then the lion understood the sincerity of the king. Definitely, King Dilipa was serving the cow very sincerely till now. But when a great danger comes to his own life, will he still continue to serve Nandini or not? It's a test for Dilipa. But Dilipa passed the test. Okay. Then Nandini started speaking to Dilipa. She said that, Dilipa, this lion is not existent. This lion is an illusion created by me only to test your sincerity. Now that I'm very pleased with your sincerity, sincere service, your desire to get a son will be granted. So Nandini granted the desire. So I'll show you the picture. Where is it? Here it is. So here is a conversation between Nandini, Dilipa, and this ferocious lion, which is actually an illusion created by this mystic cow Nandini. So the point is that we may not be able to lay down our lives to protect a cow, but the main lesson here is that we should be kind. So you can express your kindness, you can show your kindness towards other people as much as you can, as much as your capacity allows. If you have 100 rupees, you can donate 10 rupees to somebody. You cannot donate 1,000 rupees to somebody, right? So all of us have some little capacity to protect someone, to show kindness on someone, to help someone. So that with that capacity, let us help. So that's the moral of this story. Someone read the moral. There is another line here. Lekhana, read this orange box.
True compassion means to put others' troubles before one's comforts.
King Dilipa kept his comfort behind and saw that the cow is in trouble. He wanted to help her. Now there is another story. I think some of you in a Q&A session, you also quoted this story, King Shibi. So once there was a great king named Shibi. I will narrate it very shortly because many of you must be knowing this story. So there's a famous king named Shibi. He's very much known for his charity. One day, a mighty eagle was chasing a little dove. And the dove is running away for its life everywhere. And finally, this dove, the little pigeon, reached Shibi's palace and said, I'm very fearful. Somebody is hunting me. Please protect me. Shibi said, don't worry. I will take care of you. Then I have given you shelter. I will save your life. You don't worry. So Shibi, out of his great compassion, he gave abhayam or fearlessness to this little pigeon. Then immediately this mighty eagle came there and sat right in front of Shibi and said, Shibi, how can you protect that pigeon? That pigeon is meant to be my food. It's meant to be my food because I have hunted it. And it is my natural food. It's not that I'm not like a human being who is supposed to be vegetarian. As an eagle, I can eat doves, I can eat fishes, I can eat snakes, I can eat all that. So there's no restriction for me. So a lion can eat a deer, and lion will not get any sin. A pigeon means a eagle can eat a pigeon, but eagle will not get any sin. So like that, one living entity is dependent on another living entity for its survival, and some living entities are natural food for other living entities. Small chickens are there. They will go and then eat some little insects. That's their natural food. There's no sin acquired there. So I have hunted this pigeon. Therefore, I must eat this pigeon. So you should not obstruct me unnecessarily. Then Shibi said, I understand you have a valid point. It's your natural food. There's nothing wrong on your part to kill this pigeon and eat. But somehow I have given a promise to this pigeon. So can you please leave this pigeon? I will give you the equal amount of flesh. Means whatever may be the weight of the pigeon, I will give you equal amount of flesh from my own body. You please eat that and satisfy your hunger. I will not leave you also hungry, but I will not give up my promise that I have made to this pigeon. Then the eagle agreed. Okay, fine, no problem. So a balance was brought. Let me show you the picture. So a balance was brought. Pigeon was kept on one side. On the other side, this Maharaj Shibi has took out some flesh from his own body and then kept there. We should not imitate this. We cannot imitate this. We can understand the principle of kindness and compassion and an intention to protect other people to the best of our ability. But Shibi had a greater ability. He can even give his own flesh to somebody out of his kindness. So he did it, but still the pigeon was much heavier. He kept little more flesh. Still the pigeon was much heavier. Then he started taking out so much flesh from his body, and finally he himself sat. Still the pigeon was much heavier. Then finally Shibi said, "You please eat me." He directly said, "You please eat me and satisfy your hunger." Then the eagle was so impressed with the sacrificing spirit of Maharaj Shibi. He said, "You did not mind giving up your own life to protect this little pigeon. I'm very impressed with your charitable disposition." Yesterday we were discussing, right? A Raja is one who protects his Praja. Praja means citizens. Citizens means not only human beings. Every living being is a citizen for a Raja. Therefore, a king is supposed to protect all kinds of living beings. Then, to everybody's surprise, the eagle and the dove disappeared from there. In their places, Indra and Agni, the fire god, Indra, the king of heaven, both of them appeared. Basically, Indra has taken the form of eagle and Agni has taken the form of dove just to test Shibi. Just like yesterday we were discussing, right, Rantidev? The Devatas like Brahma and Shiva came in the form of beggar and Brahmana and begged his food. Similarly, this eagle and dove came just to test this Shibi Maharaj. So finally, Shibi Maharaj, his glory and his sacrificing spirit, his compassion are revealed to the whole world. Please read this one statement, last statement. We will read. Ashrita, you can read this. Okay, Sri Harsha, you read. Ashrita, read.
Yeah. Shibi then called, last line.
Listen.
A noble and kind-hearted person never fails to honor his promise.
So never fails to honor his promise. So Shibi Maharaj was very truthful and very kind and very compassionate. Okay. So we have discussed the meaning of the shloka and we focused on one quality called kindness and we discussed a couple of stories related to the quality of kindness. So we'll conclude the session now. If you have any questions or comments, or would you like to share your favorite lesson from the entire discussion, you can, now it's the time for you to do that. Yes, Kaira, what did you like the most in today's session?
I loved the stories and I loved the definition of the mantra. And I also wanted to tell you, I have this book. In this was written those two stories. So I've read it.
You read it? Very good.
Yes. But it's written in English.
Correct. We also had class in English only, na? Okay, next. Who will share next? Ananya?
My favorite part of today's class was that we should see happiness and distress equally, and that all the policies that we learned today from this sloka helps us stay close to Krishna and helps our creeper of devotion grow.
Kartik?
Prabhuji, like the point, like the Shravanam, the Kirtanam, everything is okay. The fertility of the fertile seed, the seed of Guru's instruction is also okay. But we need the fertile soil of all our good qualities. Like we should not be arrogant to help the Bhakti Lata grow.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Chaitanya.
I like the story of
Story of
Shibi Maharaj.
Shibi Maharaj. Very good. Abhimanyu, what did you like? If there are any questions also you can ask.
We should not, and we should not, and we are, we should not envy to others and kind to everyone.
Okay, great. Vaishnavi, once you speak, you It's creating some disturbance because of background noise. Yeah. Why?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I like that we should water our seeds, our soil, but we should also have fertile soil. Like we should have some qualities, good qualities, like humbleness and no possessiveness.
Correct. Very good. Diksha. Diksha, you can unmute yourself. Or Anshu.
Krishna Prabhuji, I learned that I should be kind to others, and I like the two stories which you explained.
Okay. Krishnamai.
I also wanted to be like that, Prabhuji.
Very good.
I like the story of Sibi Maharaj. Like I like the moral of it.
Good. So, any questions, comments? Those who don't have questions can lower your hands so that I can unmute others, because I'm switching between two screens. So many children are there. Jahnavi?
Prabhuji, like I wanted to tell about the lesson.
Say.
Prabhuji, I like the part of Sama, like we have to take Sukha and Dukha equally.
Good. Jahnavi, second Jahnavi.
People say that we call our mother and father, we don't call them with name. But then God is more bigger than us. What do we call him? People call them Sita Ram, Radha Krishna.
Okay. And Lakshmi Narayana. So they call him. Basically, we need to follow the instructions of our parents, right?
Yeah.
Right? So our supreme parent, Supreme Father Krishna said, you chant my names. So there's nothing wrong in chanting his names. Krishna told, you call me Krishna, 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 Krishna. He's asking us to call him with his name. Therefore, let's call his name. Right? Got it? So let's follow Krishna's instruction. Good. Next.
Prabhu, I like the point that if we love Krishna and we treat his devotees badly, we cannot like please him, because that's not showing love to Krishna. Because what we do with Krishna, like Krishna likes us being kind to the devotees. So if we're not kind, that means we're not showing affection to Krishna.
Very good. You got the best lesson. We can love Krishna and serve Krishna, but we should be kind to devotees also. Yes, Sri Harsha.
Prabhuji, I like the lesson where our head, when we do bhakti, our head gets cleared.
Head gets cleared and heart becomes pure. Very good. Swastik. Kumar.
Prabhuji, I like the lesson. I like the story. I love the story where the story was where they take another routes. They take another avatars to take pariksha of him.
Any other question? I can see one question in the chat box.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, in day-to-day life, how can we keep discrimination with equal vision, especially when dealing with non-devotees in the world outside as a student? It's sometimes difficult. We represent ISKCON to them. At the same time, we have our own conditionings. Oh, it's a very deep question. I think some of you, the younger children, may not be able to connect with it, but still, let's try to address the question. Basically, these qualities like humility, tolerance, and the one who asked the question is there in the call. I don't know. I can't see. Okay, whoever is there. We should have these qualities of humility, compassion, tolerance, etc. But we need not allow ourselves to get exploited by others. Means people should not take undue advantage of us, or people should not trouble us, because when we are simple and humble and tolerant, people may use us like doormat. So we should not allow that to happen. So we can be humble and simple, but not foolish or stupid. We should protect ourselves. So we should safeguard ourselves from all the negative vibrations and exploitative people and toxic people around. So we should set a good example as a devotee of Krishna by exhibiting good qualities. But when people are taking advantage of our good nature, we should understand that we should not allow them to exploit us, trouble us. We should protect ourselves. That self-protection is also required. Simplicity is not stupidity. Humility is not foolishness. So we should be smart enough to protect ourselves from them. Does it make sense? Vishakha, you asked the question, right? Did I get your question well? Okay. Thank you. Any other point? Aradhya? Venkat?
Prabhuji, if Krishna married 16,108 wives, why he is called as Radha Krishna only, and why he can't be called 16,108 names?
Yeah, you can call Rukmini Krishna. There are temples of Rukmini Krishna. In South India, if you go Rukmini Satyabhama Bhyam, so Rukmini Krishna is there, Satyabhama Krishna is there, Jambavati Krishna is there. Yes, you can. But Radharani is the topmost of all of them. So foremost of all of them. So we worship him along with Srimati Radharani. But there are devotees who worship the Lord along with Rukmini Devi, Rukmini Dwarakadhish. Have you heard of the deities? Rukmini
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. You
Prabhuji,
can
I have a comment also.
Yeah, please.
Prabhuji, while the class is going on, the chat was very disturbing, and there were messages keeping on, like they were chatting personally, but it was very disturbing during the class, Prabhuji.
Okay. Children, please see the request of Venkat and chat less. Unless it's an important message, you can just control yourself from chatting. And you can chat personally.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Just put a follow-up question in the chat.
Children, class is over. I am still continuing because some devotees want to ask some questions. Those who want to leave, please feel free to leave. What's the question? Who is asking?
First, you can ask them. I put a follow-up in the chat box.
You can ask directly.
Prabhuji, sometimes though, as you said, yes, we should not allow others to take advantage of us, but because of our own conditioning, we also make mistakes. So, like, how do we avoid mistakes?
When we make mistakes because of our conditionings or because of circumstances or whatever, let's ensure that they are not deliberate mistakes. They are not premeditated mistakes. As you said, because of conditionings or past habits or impressions or by mistake, you may make a mistake, but let's not make it intentionally. It may be accidental mistake, but it should not be intentional mistake. That much we should ensure. So even if you have committed a mistake unintentionally, accidentally, circumstantially, not deliberately, still, once you made a mistake, first realize that it's a mistake. Admit that mistake. Apologize for that mistake. Try to rectify the mistake if it is possible to rectify. And try not to repeat the same mistake again and remember the mistake. You know why you should remember your mistake? Anyone knows why we should remember our mistakes? Is there any advantage in remembering our own mistakes? You answer. You only answer.
So that we don't repeat them, and also we remain humble, that we also make mistakes. So when we do good things, we don't become proud.
Yeah, when we do good things, we should not become proud. Our remembrance of our past mistakes will make us humble. And also, we should remember our past mistakes so that we don't repeat. Also remember our past mistakes to become grateful to those people who helped us overcome the mistakes. Very good. Next. Any other question? Rhea?
Prabhuji, I have a doubt. Like, many of my friends trouble me. I know it is my past karma that they are troubling me, and should we react on it or should we just leave it, like be silent?
Good question. When someone is troubling you, don't just think that it is past karma. Of course, it can be past karma, but still you should address the situation also. If the trouble is very small, you can tolerate it. But if the trouble is very serious, if they're seriously troubling you, you should immediately escalate the matter to some senior, your parents or teachers. Don't allow others to trouble you deliberately. Some small things. You are walking and they are also walking. They somehow little they fell on you. You got hurt. That's fine. They never intended to trouble you. Some small mistakes you should forgive. You should tolerate. Small troubles you should tolerate. But if someone is seriously troubling you, you should not tolerate. Initially, you tolerate if the mistake is small.
But we should not react physically anytime.
That's what I'm saying. First, tolerate. If it is beyond your ability to tolerate, then communicate. Speak to them. Don't do this. Don't trouble me. But communication also don't work, then escalate. Escalate the matter to someone. Before you get physical with them, just inform the matter to some senior. Go to your teacher. Go to your parents. Tell them. Thank you. Next, Abhimanyu. So many questions. Abhimanyu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have one question that how to develop good qualities.
How to develop good qualities? Two ways. You hear about the good qualities. You hear about the importance of developing good qualities. Today we have discussed about it. Secondly, you should associate with devotees who have good qualities. For example, you don't have humility. You want to cultivate humility. Go to a humble devotee, observe that devotee and associate with them, learn from them how to become humble. You don't have compassion. See other devotees who are showing compassion, learn from them. Associate with a devotee who has the quality that you want to develop, then you will develop one day. Okay. Next question.
Why develop our interest in chanting? I don't know why. Sometimes I feel boring while like chanting. So I get a develop our chanting.
Sometimes many devotees feel bored many times while chanting. It's not sometimes. Many times we get distracted. The reason is that we don't have sufficient taste. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in the Chaitanya Sikshashtakam. You know Sikshashtakam? You know Sikshashtakam? Nam Namakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shakti. You know that sloka? Okay, no problem. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we get bored in chanting because we don't have sufficient attraction to the holy name. But what is the process of developing that attraction? Continue to chant. Somebody who has jaundice disease may not be able to taste sugarcane juice well. But what is the solution given to them? Continue to take sugarcane juice daily. One day you will realize its taste. It's like that. Okay. So you continue to chant, and if you are not finding taste in private japa, then you chant the basic number of rounds that you have committed to. Then you can sit in kirtans. There is a melody. There are musical instruments. So along with melody and musical instruments, the holy name may appear much sweeter to you. It's more appealing to you. Kirtans are more engaging. So you develop some taste, then you can chant in your private beats. Okay, fine. Thank you. Next question. Who is next? Nandini. Okay. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, can we recite shloka again?
Okay, we can recite. We haven't recited again. Please recite. Adveshtah sarvabhutanam. Are you reciting, Nandini? Where are you? You wanted it. Adveshtah sarvabhutanam.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Maitrah karuna eva cha.
Maitra karuna eva cha.
Nirmamo nirahankarah.
Nirmamo nirahankara.
Madukha sukhakshami.
Samadukha sukakshami. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Question, comment, realization, reflection, whatever.
So you have a question. When it's inevitable to deal with bad qualities, what do you do? Or like people who you have to associate with, which have the best qualities.
Somehow it's not clear. You can come a little closer to the mic and speak.
So what should we do with when you have bad qualities which are inevitable, or you have to associate with people who have qualities which are bad?
Okay. If I got you right, when people have bad qualities, how do you associate with them? What do you do with them, right? When others have bad qualities, when you have bad qualities.
Yeah.
When we have bad qualities. So when we have bad qualities, we need to overcome those bad qualities. We should try to overcome the bad qualities. And how can we do that? By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. You know that sloka? Pravishtaha karna randharena. Say that. You know? Pravishtaha karna randharena. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavatam vibrations will enter our ear holes. Through that Bhagavatam vibration, Krishna will enter through our ears into the heart. Then Krishna will sit in the heart and he will remove all the bad qualities like envy, pride, greed. So to get rid of bad qualities, we need to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Clear? That's about one's own bad qualities. But when you have to deal with other people who have bad qualities, you should help them hear Bhagavatam. Right? But when they're not Bhagavatam, you should stay away from them. Yeah, go ahead.
When we have bad qualities and other people have the same bad qualities, like association, we're like,
don't associate. Don't associate with people who have bad qualities. Especially when we have bad qualities. We should associate with people who have good qualities. Thus, we should develop good qualities. And developing good qualities, then you can go to people who have bad qualities and you give them your association. Don't take their association. Don't allow their bad qualities to influence you. Allow your good qualities to influence them. Right? Basically, good should influence bad and transform bad into good. But bad should not influence good and transform bad into good. Getting it?
thank you so much.
Next. Pradyumna, please ask.
Prabhuji, I have a question that why should we not imitate Guru?
Why should we not imitate Guru? What do you mean by imitation? What do you want to imitate? Which quality of Guru you want to imitate?
Anything.
Anything. Give me one example. With an example, I'll understand your question more clearly.
Example is that if any Prabhuji do 16 rounds chanting, I will also do 16 rounds chanting.
You can definitely do it. Guru is chanting 16 rounds. You can chant 16 rounds. That is called following, not imitating.
Prabhuji, I don't know the example.
Huh?
I don't know the example.
Basically, you should follow Guru. Whatever Guru is teaching us, we should try to follow. There's nothing wrong in it. In fact, that is recommended that we follow Guru. So as far as imitation is concerned, imitation is little different from following. Follow means following the instruction. Imitation means whatever they are doing, we also try to do without qualification, without purification. Just like Lord Shiva drank poison. Shiva drank poison. Let me also drink poison. That is called imitation. Right? Like Hanumanji is jumping across the Lanka ocean. Let me also jump across the Lanka ocean. That is called imitation. But Hanumanji is chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. Let me also chant Ram, Ram. That is called following. Following means following the good example set by them. Imitation means trying to just do whatever they have done without having sufficient qualification. Right? You got it? Pradyumna?
Thank you.
Krishna, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like in my apartment, me and my friends try to help the animals. So, do we get the sin at that time we are not serving Krishna but serving some other jiva?
An expression of compassion. Krishna wants us to be kind and compassionate to all living beings. Right? So you should definitely show compassion on others, but not at the cost of compromising on your own worship of Krishna. You should worship Krishna. Have some time for worship, have some time for serving animals also. Okay, do that. Right? It's not that you exclusively focus only on Krishna worship and then be indifferent and insensitive to all the living. Just you can balance both. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
There. Netri, Radhesh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, my doubt is that how do we control anger when somebody scolds us or corrects us?
When somebody corrects us, we should feel very grateful to them. I did a mistake and they're very kind enough to correct me, help me grow. You should be grateful to them instead of feeling angry. So why do we feel angry? Because there's ahankara. In today's shloka we have seen, right? Nirmamo nirahankara. There's ahankar. We think, who is he to correct me? I know everything. We think like that. When we don't have ahankar, we feel grateful. Thank you very much for correcting me. I did a mistake. So you should feel grateful to people who correct us instead of feeling angry or annoyed or arrogant. Okay, got it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ramakrishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I had a question. So when you're being compassionate to someone, but they misuse that compassion and they keep doing the same mistake over and over.
If they're repeatedly doing the same mistake despite showing kindness, they deserve punishment. If it is within your capacity to correct them, you can always give a feedback. Otherwise, escalate the matter to some elder. They will appropriately treat them. Fine. So, yes, we should give a few chances for them to grow. But despite giving so many chances, they are not growing, they are repeating the same mistakes, then they need some kind of more severe action. Okay. Thank you. Okay, children, I think I have another class. I need to move. It's 6:15 now, 6:12. Maybe I'll take 1 or 2 more. Okay, Ashrit.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I really liked in class, especially the morals you told. But the stories which you told at the last was really had good morals. Like the last story which you told explained that we should have.
A little louder.
Like the last story which you told explained that we should help others to the best of we can. Like you said, we have 100 rupees. We can help them by giving 10 or 20 rupees. But we can't give them like 1,000 rupees. That's above our capacity. And also that we should help all living beings, whether it's animals or it's humans. Because everybody has this soul of God in them. And you never know when the soul of God can appear and come to real life and you can worship them.
You're sharing your favorite lessons, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. That's an eloquent summary of the class. Next, Purna. Yes. Yes, ask.
Krishna in his childhood, he stole so many girls' clothes, so many girls' dresses, Prabhuji. But Krishna only told misbehaving with girls is a big mistake. Then Krishna only did that.
Good question. So, when Dushasan was trying to disrobe Draupadi, what did Krishna do?
He gave a cloth.
Unlimited saree, right? He gave. So, as a small child, very little child, Krishna must have done some mischief, right? There's no malice there, right? Now, small children do mistakes or not? Huh? Very
Krishna knows everything in his childhood only,
Krishna knows everything. He's the all-knowing supreme personality of Godhead, Almighty God. That's fine. But he's acting like a small human child. Therefore, he does some mischief. He steals butter. He steals clothes. He beats other kids. He speaks lies. He runs away from Mother Yashoda. Whatever Krishna has done in Vrindavan is like little child. They are like innocent, childish activities that give so much pleasure to all the devotees. When we discuss Krishna's butter stealing pastimes and all, we become very happy, right? So whatever Krishna is stealing from all the gopis, by doing so, he's actually stealing their hearts. So we should not misunderstand Krishna's mischievous activities Rather, we should understand that Krishna is appearing as a human child and doing the sweet, mischievous activities so that we become attracted to him and develop love for him. But he did as a child, not as a grown-up man. As a grown-up man, he's giving clothes, not taking clothes. Okay, as a grown-up man, he's giving charity, not stealing butter. Right? You understood? You are convinced about it?
I understood, Prabhuji. How to be in a positive way, Prabhuji?
How to be positive means how to look at Krishna positively.
How to be positive.
How to be positive in life generally.
Yeah.
So the answer to this question is you should count your blessings. There may be negative situation, there may be distressful situation, there may be very depressing situation, but instead of focusing on the negativity there, you should start counting your blessings. Tell me what all blessings you got. You got a human life, you got good parents, you're going to school, you're getting good education, you have access to the holy name, you're chanting, you're reading scriptures, you're studying Bhagavad Gita. So like that, you have so many blessings, so much of fortune you have. When you focus on the fortune that you have, you can be positive and you will be unaffected by negativity. Of course, you have to deal with the negativity to the best of your ability, but you will not become negative when there is negativity. You should be positive when you focus on the fortune that you have, when you count the blessings that you have. So Krishna has given me 2 hands and 2 legs and 2 eyes. I have a good, healthy body. So why should I feel bad? Many people don't have that also. I have food to eat. Many people don't have food to eat. So like that, we should be grateful. We have air to breathe. We have sunlight here, but in some places sunlight is rarity. They struggle to get even water also. There are places there is a lot of drought and all. We should try to help them as much as possible, but we should also understand that Krishna has kept me in a very good, fortunate position where I don't have to struggle so much. We should be grateful for it. And there is gratitude, then you are positive. Fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
We'll meet on Monday. Saturday, Sunday off for you. Because Saturday, Sunday I have to serve other devotees. So when Monday we'll meet with another shloka and homework. You write an essay on any of the qualities that we have discussed so far. Today we discussed 7 qualities. Yesterday, before yesterday, we discussed 2 qualities. Total 9 qualities. You pick up any of these 9 qualities and write a small essay of maybe at least 200-300 words. If not 500 words or 1000 words also, we are welcome. But write a small essay. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.